Hey everyone, Skull902 back here for part 5 of Yoshi's Island. So, right off the bat, I want to get this here out of the way because I mentioned it when I was fighting the boss in the last part that I would have to mention the name a little later on. So the potted ghost that we see in the end of World 2 is named Roger the Potted Ghost, which I find rather amusing that they gave him such a casual sounding name. That's pretty fun. Nothing scary or anything, he's just Roger the Potted Ghost. And then at the end of this part, we're going to be seeing Prince Froggy. So, those are the boss names. And, yeah, just wanted to make sure that I had that detail covered. Here's another detail. This is the first part where we're seeing Ukikis, who I believe are making their series debut here. I love and hate Ukikis. Like, at the same time. I love their design, and like their animations and stuff, but they are annoying little shits. They are like terribly annoying. You have to bounce on them twice in order to get rid of them. But like, it's not just that. Like, that's fine enough as it is. But like, they'll also spit seeds at you, and they'll take the baby, and like, that's especially bad when like, there's multiples of them in the same place, like when they're all just like ganged up together. So Ukikis, I like them, but they are annoying as shit. And they would prove to be in later games as well, like, in Mario 64, for instance, when they take your hat and whatnot. So, they've consistently been annoying, as far as I know, throughout their entire existence. I don't even know how I lost the baby on that one. But yeah, those two things out of the way, on the day that this video is uploaded, it will be 1 week until Christmas. So there's one particular topic that I wanted to talk about, and this is going to be the point that I mentioned earlier, where I'll be talking about Christmas a little more generally. So nothing really related to the game, but related more so to the season and whatnot. It's time for the Chrimbo Chronicles, because you know what? I'm in the mood for it. Why, yesterday, the day before this recording, we had our first snow of the year. So, and again, like I said, when this part gets uploaded, it'll be a week until Christmas. So I'm hype. So that introduction out of the way, I just want to like talk for a bit and invite you guys as well. Like, if you guys have any Christmas traditions and whatnot, then feel free to write them down in the comments. I'm interested in seeing what you guys do, in recognition of the holiday. Or if you don't celebrate Christmas, then what do you do instead? Just let me know in the comments, because I like hearing from you guys. But I'm going to start talking like Christmas traditions or memories that I have with the holidays in these coming parts. So the first thing that I figured that I could mention is like Christmas specials or movies or whatnot that I have a tendency to watch. Now, the first couple of things here, I guess, technically aren't Christmas specials, but they're things that I watch always for Christmas. So I'm invoking what my friends and I call the snow rule when we do our Christmas hype, our Christmas get fucking ready binge marathons here. And I'll mention that usually, I've got to watch Ice Age. And I made a whole video explaining why I love that movie, but in short, I'll just say that it's like a great story with wonderful character development and everything like that. It's funny. The animation, I think, holds up. Yeah. Ice Age. And then the second special that I have here on my list of ones that I want to just try and like roll through talking about is... you know, just a sec. I don't know if I explained this one before, but this here is the 1-Up Chance bonus game. You basically like gamble a number of Yoshis. I was a little overzealous here, so I didn't really... Like, I bet 0, so... I didn't gain any lives, but you can put up as many lives as you have. You know, it's plus or times, and whatever number it lands on, you can get that amount of lives. So, pretty self-explanatory. But back onto the Christmas discussion. The second one that I have here on my list of Christmas specials to mention, again, not really technically a Christmas special, it's more so a winter thing, but whatever. Frosty Returns. I like the original Frosty the Snowman well enough, but there's like something about this particular special that I like really fucking enjoy. I had a tape of it as a kid. That's probably like, you know, partly to do with it. But it's about this girl who wants to be a magician, but unfortunately she's a bit shy and has problems like sort of, you know, being heard and speaking up. So eventually, you know, she has her hat, which is apparently magic, you know, land on Frosty, and he basically teaches her, you know, how to, you know, sort of stand up for her beliefs and whatnot. And they got to stop a corporate executives. I didn't mean for that to be plural, but they got to stop this corporate guy, voiced by Brian Doyle Murphy. So, you know, or Murray, rather. God, I'm an idiot. But they gotta stop him from selling people like this aerosol can that melts snow, because, you know, it's bad for the environment. So that's like basically the message there. But it's a special that I have quite a bit of nostalgia for, particularly with the song "Let There Be Snow," which. I don't know whose decision it was to have John Goodman sing, but like, dude, you are a fucking genius. The man, like, you hear his voice and you wouldn't think immediately that he could be a good singer, but like, he's amazing. You know, I love that song, and the song that he did also in the 1998 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie as well. Those were really good performances by John Goodman, so you know, check that out if you have a chance. At least him singing. My God, like, Rudolph 98 isn't really that great of a movie, but you know, the song is Santa's Family Tree in that one, and again in Frosty Returns it's Let There Be Snow. So yeah. And now to get in, like, the actual Christmas specials here that I have a tendency to watch. There's the Rankin Bass stop motion Christmas specials that they did between like the 60s and like the 80s or so. Those ones hold a special place in my heart. I also had like VHS tapes of them and stuff. My favorite ones of those, I think, would have to be Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Like, that's a particularly good one, I think. Has a lot of iconic songs in it and whatnot, too. But I think that one tells a good story. And then there's also the 1964 Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer special, which I think is my favorite my favorite one of the bunch. That one I always just found like super fun. I love the character design in it. You know, the original songs are you know, like really iconic, at least in my opinion. There's the Blargs, by the way, just to divert from this a little bit. I mentioned it in the last part, but much like Fuzzies, Blargs are very different in this game, as opposed to the original Super Mario World, where, like, in that game, they're, like, big, derpy dinosaurs that come out in the lava. These guys are, like, gelatinous blobs that are much bigger, and they come up from lava and water. But they're easier to take down, because you can't really take down a Blarg in the original Super Mario World. You just gotta avoid them. But these guys, if you throw an egg at them, they'll be like, "Oh, well, it hurts," and, like, you know, stand down for a little bit. So that's cool. But back on the Christmas special track, Rudolph 1964. You know, again, I just find it to be a fun story and whatnot. Lots of classic songs came from it. A couple memes as well. You know, why weren't you at elf practice? I butchered the shit out of that. You know, some good shit, but also some curious things too. Like, for instance, that, like, I think that's the meanest Santa Claus in a non-horror Christmas thing that I think I've ever seen. Or, well, no, there's Robot Santa in Futurama, but, you know, like, Donner and his wife have Rudolph, their son, and Santa's, like, the first person to see it, and you know, it makes sense to me. Santa's a pretty big fucking deal, you know, basically the ruler of the North Pole. He sees this baby reindeer, and is like, "Oh my god, Donner, your son's fucking ugly, you gotta do something about that, dude." Like, what the hell, Santa? And, you know, everyone's just generally kind of a dick to Rudolph. Except for the girl reindeer, Clarice. She thinks he's cute. So, you know, a very, I was gonna use the word cynical, but, I don't know, it's just like, most of the characters are fucking jerks in that one. Until they learn the error of their ways, of course. Which I guess is the whole point, but, you know, just a fun, Christmas special. That one. So, yeah. But, of course, there's more than the Rankin Bass specials. There's also a Charlie Brown Christmas, for instance. That one's a big old classic as well. I didn't really like it that much as a kid. You know, there's like the scene where they're all dancing, and then, like, the opening, the song is pretty memorable. And then I also remember the Christmas tree falling, and that's, like, the only memories of it that I have from when I was a kid. Oh, and Linus's speech as well. But I don't think that I really understood the whole point of it back then. And I don't know if that was just me being stupid, or if it is actually, like, fairly confusing for kids to understand. But as an adult, I think that it's a pretty good special here, with you know, good jokes and like a good message too, that, like, the true meaning of Christmas shouldn't be lost on people and whatnot. So it's a classic for a reason, and I think that it holds up pretty well. Another diversion here. This is the second to last Yoshi vehicle that we're going to be seeing. This is the Submarine, and I think it's the smoothest to control out of all of them. So that's cool. And you also have projectiles too, because otherwise you would be like completely and totally defenseless against the enemies. I didn't realize that for a while, so I had to do this section without firing, or at least I thought that I did, and made it much harder than it actually is. But, you know, I like it, especially after finding out about the whole projectile thing. That's nice. I like that. So, good stuff. So, with that said, there's another couple Christmas things, of course, that I have a tendency to watch. I'm gonna skip a couple of them that I have on this list here and instead mention ones that are more so video game related, because I think that I've talked just a bit enough about ones that aren't, you know, quite on the gaming spectrum. So, another one that my buddies and I absolutely, or another couple ones that my buddies and I absolutely have to watch every year is, I mentioned them last year in the Super Mario World LP, but there's the Super Mario Bros. Super Show Christmas episode, as well as the one from Super Mario World. And between the two, I think that I prefer the Super Show one, but that's mainly to do with the fact that I love the shit out of the live action segments. But I think both of them are fun Christmas romps. You know, there just seems to be something about like these recognizable platformer characters that I think make for a good Christmas writing. And I don't know if anyone else feels the same way about that, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just an opinion that I have, man. But there are those ones that I did extensive recaps of, so I won't go on for too long about those ones. I think that they're fun. But there's also like Sonic Christmas Blast, just to get on that track again about characters that I feel really make for like good Christmas viewing. Sonic Christmas Blast is basically a story about how Robotnik... it's set in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog universe, so it's, you know, the Pingus Robotnik and all that, with Scratch and Grounder and all that. I'm saying and all that way too much. But basically his plot is to make a robot duplicate of Santa. He's kidnapped the real one, and... he's using that robot duplicate Santa to lie about Santa retiring and giving the job to him. So Sonic thinks that that's very suspect. And, you know, after Robotnik has stolen all the possessions of the people that he's supposed to be giving gifts to, you know, he sets out just to make sure and see if something's amiss. And through his adventures, he finds that Santa has indeed been kidnapped by Robotnik. You know, he sets things straight, of course. And then Santa has a bit of a surprise. You know, Santa fucking thought it over, and you know, retirement doesn't sound too bad to him after all. Then he recruits Sonic to be his replacement, which, you know, that would be actually a fairly efficient way to deliver all the presents to the kids. So, you know, it's a fun special. Again, like, at least to someone like me, I'm not gonna, like, not have fun watching something that's, you know, related to Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I fucking love that show. How wacky and crazy it is. It's also got some interesting stuff, like the only appearance of Sally Acorn in that continuity, where she has like an alternative coloring that I believe comes from the early Archie comics, which kind of surprises me actually, because that particular design had been outdated for a couple of years. not only by the comics, but the Sad AM television show. But, you know, Sally's there. She doesn't speak aside from, like, a short gasp, I think. So that's interesting. And there's some storytelling flaws, of course, like Sonic has to prove himself worthy of saving Christmas by doing, like, some speed test or whatever, and they don't really elaborate on what that is. I think they just did that because they were originally tying it in for Sonic Extreme. And I guess their thought process on that was, well, if Sonic has to do this test, I don't know, maybe he has to do the most extreme things we can think of. So, I don't know what that's all about, but, you know, it's a fun special. I love it. And whatnot. But, you know, getting away from that, I don't know what's up with my brain and talking today. But getting away from that, the last one that I want to mention is Holiday Hijinks, an episode of Pokemon that originally didn't see the light of day in the United States, and that's because of, you know, Jinx and the controversy surrounding that Pokemon, which I'm absolutely not getting into. But what I will get into is, you know, the episode where, like, Team Rocket, again, it's a kidnapping Santa plot, basically. Jessie is salty as shit that, you know, Santa not only doesn't bring her anything, but at the same time, you know, she believes that he stole one of her toys when she was a child. So she, like, sets out with James and Meowth to overtake the North Pole and whatnot. They tie up Santa and all of his helpers, who happen to be Jinxes. And Ash, Misty, and Brock take a Lapras in order to save Santa in the day. And, like, eventually Team Rocket, of course, gets foiled. The Lapras is revealed to be able to telepathically talk, which gives us the fucking fantastic line, "Christmas is for everyone," that she scolds Team Rocket with. I fucking love it. Eventually it's revealed that Santa was only fixing Jessie's toy but never gave it back to her because she's been naughty. And, you know, again, Team Rocket's been foiled, the day is saved and everything. It's a fun time. I quite love the special. But enough Christmas special talk for now. Let's get into the Prince Froggy boss fight here, which I think is one of my favorites in the game. If you stay in the middle here, you should be absolutely fine. You know, so long as you don't let Shy Guys hit you like a dumbass. But again, like, if you stay in the middle, you should be fine, because the eggs will bounce in a particular way and hit the weird stomach uvula that he has. And that's basically just what you're doing here, is swallowing Shy Guys. You get the big eggs from them because you're tiny at this point. Kamek working his magic. It gets faster after every hit, but if you just keep a steady pace, then you should be able to do it just fine. Just like I did there. And with that, Yoshi is going to go out the other end to to put it in a polite way. And that caps off again what I think is one of the best boss fights in this game. Not that any of them I believe are bad or anything, just I think that this one is one of my favorites. It's really fun and has a cool gimmick and everything. But yeah, after all that Christmas special talk, after Yoshi being shat out by a frog, it's time to end this part. So I'll see you next time. I have been Skull902. Thank you for watching and have yourselves a wonderful day.